If you are just starting out on TikTok and you're struggling to get those first 1,000 followers, you are likely making the same mistakes that I myself was making when I first started. I posted a ton of videos trying to go viral and blow up my page, but I barely got any views. And when it felt like, everybody else was blowing up left and right. So trust me, I know how frustrating that feels. But here's the thing, TikTok isn't just about making good videos. It's about having a clear strategy. So in this video, I'm gonna break down the exact strategy that I used to get my first 1,000 followers on TikTok. And trust me, you can do this too. And just for anyone who has doubts, here is some proof. So for this video, I have taken things all the way back to the basics. When you're just starting out, one of the biggest mistakes you can make is trying to be everything to everyone. You might be thinking, I'll just make videos about whatever interests me. But unfortunately, that can actually hurt your growth more than it can help it. Instead, I recommend you pick a niche. For me, on my first ever TikTok account, the niche that I picked was business. And now at the time, I didn't really know what I was doing. So I just started making business videos. They usually ended up being about like real estate, credit cards, or airline hacks. It doesn't matter if it's something specific. Cooking easy meals while on a budget, fitness routines for beginners. What matters is that it's something that you can consistently create content around. Now, why is all that? Because when you pick a niche, you're essentially telling TikTok what your account is gonna be about. And because of that, TikTok will work to define who your audience is. This is key for the algorithm to know who to show your videos to. If your content is all over the place, TikTok is not gonna know who to recommend your videos to. The result? Nobody watches and nobody follows. Start small. Think about what you enjoy, what you're good at, and where there is an audience that likely shares that interest to a reasonable extent. Over time, you'll fine-tune it based on the content that performs the best. But for now, just focus on picking something that you know you can commit to. Don't get me wrong though, because now that I've been doing this for a pretty good amount of time, there are definitely a few niches that I would not make content about. And if you want to know what those niches are, I have just started an email list where I'll be sharing all of the TikTok secrets that I have learned over the now multiple years that I've been doing this. If you want to sign up, link is in the description. Anyways, now that you've chosen your niche, it is time to start posting. The worst thing you can do is post a video every now and then and expect instant growth. TikTok rewards consistency. If I were you, I would aim for posting at least one video a day. If you can post more, but start with one and always remember quality over quantity. But when starting out, it doesn't matter how good these videos are. Start small, but the key here is to keep showing up. The more you post, the better the chance you have at reaching your target audience. But just posting isn't enough. You have to engage with the community too. Comment on other creators' videos. Reply to all the comments on your posts. Just start building relationships with the people who are following you. When you respond to comments and engage with other people's content, TikTok will take note of this and begin to push your videos to people who are likely interested in what you're posting. Here's a simple rule that I follow. Consistency and engagement go hand in hand. If you are not engaging with others, especially when you're first starting out, you are leaving followers on the table. And now I practice what I preach. On that page that I showed a little while ago, when I had my first viral video, like really viral video, there was thousands of comments. And I made an honest effort to reply to every single comment. And now, this might be a pretty crazy number, but if I'm not mistaken, that video had roughly 15% engagement rate, which is crazy. So let's say you've got your niche and you're posting consistently. Now here comes the kind of tricky part. Keeping people's attention. TikTok is fast. People scroll through their feeds and a second. That is why you have to make sure you hook them within at most the first 2 to 3 seconds of your video. If they are not intrigued by the start of your video, they're gone. That's just the reality of it. Now, a good hook can be a lot of things. It can be a bold statement, a good question, or even an interesting fact that makes people go, I want to hear more. For example, instead of starting a video by saying, here is a good recipe for beginners, you could say something like, you will not believe how easy to make this dinner is, and no previous cooking skills required. This instantly sparks curiosity in the viewer and makes them want to watch. The creators who do this well are the ones who are getting the most views. So if I'm being honest with you here, just master hooks ASAP. But getting people's attention, while important, is only the first part. The real challenge is keeping their attention all the way to the end of the video. So if you're still here watching this, that means I did a good job. So thank you, and that's more proof you should listen to my advice. But this is now where pacing will become crucial. You've got to keep the video fast-paced. No long pauses, no rambling. Every single second of your video should be dynamic and serve a purpose. Switch angles, add sound effects, whatever it takes to keep the energy high. And here's a pro tip. You want to tease something early on in the video. For example, say something like, I'm about to show you a trick that will change the way that you cook forever. This will make your viewers curious and will make them want to stick around to see whatever that trick is. And then, this is key, tell a story. If you're just sitting there spewing out advice, just and like you're talking in bullet points, people are probably gonna zone out. But if you can wrap or disguise those tips in a real world example or a story, it'll make your content so much more relatable and it'll help keep people engaged. Finally, the payoff. This is the moment where you give your audience something valuable, something that seems worth their time, the time they spent watching your content. If you've hooked them in, kept them watching while teasing them with something interesting, now is the time to deliver. And the payoff can be anything. It can be a solution to a problem, an unexpected twist, or just the valuable information that you promised them at the beginning of the video. Whatever it is, just make sure that it's something that leaves them feeling satisfied, but also wanting more. This is not about luck or just hoping your videos go viral. It's about having a clear strategy, being consistent, and delivering value every time you post. If you stick to this blueprint, you will see your followers start to grow. But remember, this is not a race. It's about building real connections and offering value. Now, if you're still unsure about any of this or want more tips, join my email list because I'll be sending even more detailed strategies straight into your inbox. Or you can just watch this video right here.